Tonight, I am going to be showing you all of my current WIPS. I do have a lot of WIPS that are not so current and some that are ancient. I don't think very many of them are going to be unfinished objects because I intend on finishing them all. I intend to. Okay, so let me show you what I've got going on. This might take a while because my floor is covered with WIPS. See, this is what happens. I just go crazy in my yarn room, and I actually pulled all the stuff out of my closet. So my closet's very, clean. But I've got all this stuff out here. It's how I get creative, I guess you might say, but let me show you my current WIPS. Okay, so this first one is a knitting WIP, and this is Noro yarn. I had like one of those donuts. It was a pretty big donut. Oh, I'll show you how big it is, or it was. It was this big, and my mom got it for me for my birthday one year, and it is, I don't know what a lot of that says because it's like it written in Japanese or something. It is 70% wool, 30% silk. It's 180 meters. And I'm pretty sure it's a 5 weight. That's what that looks like to me. So 70% wool, 30% silk. It's not real soft, but this would make a very warm scarf to wear like over your coat. That's what I'm making. And this is the same yarn, it's just a different color. And I am knitting. I'm using kind of bigger knitting needles. These are a size 13 millimeter. And these are just, the best knitting needles I have ever used are these aluminum type. They slide really easily, they glide really easily. Disclaimer, I'm not a super duper knitter person. So, I knit and I know what I like to knit. I love the way the pattern is coming out. And I'll say this is going to be kind of a short scarf because I think I'll get maybe another 5-6 inches on this. So it's going to be a very short scarf. It might even, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 inches. We'll see. Look at that up close. I'm going to hold this up close so you can see the yarn. Isn't that pretty? I'm just yarn. Okay, so there's that WIP. I started this. For those of you who don't know, WIP is a work in progress. And so I'm showing you my current works in progress. Check this out. I started this little bag today. For those of you who don't know, I go watch my granddaughter, Emmy, on Mondays, Tuesdays, and every other Friday. Emmy has another grandma, of course, her dad's mom, because Brandy is my daughter. Her name is Ginger also, so both Emmy and Abby's grandmas are named Ginger. So Ginger watches her on the days that I'm not watching her. So I decided I needed a crochet hook bag. And I don't know if you guys remember, the Hobby Lobby 75% off yarn sale happens usually around the end of June, beginning of July. And one year they had these, it was like 3 little pucks of yarn in the same package. These aren't very big or thick. It's an acrylic yarn, but these 3 colors came together and I got these 3 colors. So I'm making a mosaic bag. It was going to be a hook bag, but then I put some hooks in it and the hooks kind of started poking out of the bag. But they, or might just be for bigger hooks. This part right up here is going to be the mirror image of this down here. So the bag will go up probably about this much further with this, and then I'm going to make a strap for it, crochet a strap, and it's going to be a crossbody bag. Actually, what I would really like to do is to get a leather strap for it. That would be really pretty. And I didn't think I was going to like this design so much, but I think I'm really liking it. I'm going to make a graph for this. I just kind of improvised as I went along. The reason it's kind of poofy in places is because I have yarn in here, but it's mosaic crochet. Mosaic crochet, super easy, in the mosaic crochet in the round. And these are just basic single crochet stitches. And this particular project is a pattern test that I'm doing for someone. It's mosaic crochet, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be about 6 feet long, and it's going to have all of the Easter, you know, like bunnies and chicks and all that other kind of fun stuff in here, Easter eggs. So I'm working on that. This is 100% cotton. For this, I'm using a 3-weight yarn. And what size hook am I using? This is a 2.5 millimeter crochet hook that I'm using for this. And the yarn I got to make it with is this K&C Knit and Crochet. Whoops, little stick. What is that? Cotton Essentials. And I got some of the new colors that they came out with this year. Just actually this winter they came out with the new colors. But this is the white, and it's a 3-weight. It was the only 3-weight I could find when I went shopping at Michael's and Joann. So I got this. It was on sale for 30% off, so I got it for $3 something. And then I couldn't find a red anywhere. Testing a pattern, I try to stick as close to the types of yarn and everything that I can. The pattern test didn't specify what type of yarn to use, just to use a 3-weight. So I got this 3-weight. Couldn't find a red 3-weight anywhere that was similar to this. What do you know? The I Love This Cotton 4-weight yarn. It totally matches the feel, the weight, the everything of this. So maybe this is a big 3-weight and this is a small 4-weight. That's what I'm thinking. But this is working really, really well. I'll show you some of the other colors that are going into this pattern test. This is the hook I'm using. It's a 2.5 millimeter, pretty small, that I got on sale at Hobby Lobby a few years ago. So I've got, these are like the Easter colors I've got so far. Oops, yikes. These are the colors I'm using so far, although I think this purple is a little too light, and I still need to get a light yellow, a pink, and a light blue. I am still on the hunt for those colors in cotton, which I'll find. I think I even have some in my stash. Now that I know that the I Love Cotton from Hobby Lobby is almost a dead ringer for this K&C Cotton Essentials. The next thing I'm making is, so I showed you this a couple of weeks ago that I'm making. I still need to go to Michael's, which I'm going to go to tomorrow, to get another cake of this. I've got everything in this little blanket finished, except for the double ruffle around the border of this. And I just need to get one more of these. This particular yarn is the Karen Blossom Cakes. This yarn is so soft. And it is, I'm not sure, I'll need to check that out. Let me show you up close. Isn't that pretty? And I got the stitches I'm using for this blanket is double linked crochet, because I wanted to make a blanket that I didn't want to make a single crochet. I wanted to have it have a little texture, but that it wouldn't be real holey. So this works out really well for that. The stitch does. I got the border idea from a label of the new cinnamon swirl cakes from Michael's, and it is like a double ruffle border, which I just have been using a lot lately since I found it, and I love it. Yeah, it's become one of my favorite borders. I haven't started on the second layer of the border yet, but I will as soon as I get that new cake. Okay, so anyway, what that led me to was I thought, okay, this yarn feels a lot like that yarn, except this yarn is softer. And what yarn is this, you may be asking? I know, it's super bright. Well, I got about 50 balls of this yarn. Would they be balls or donuts? Anyway, I got a whole bunch of these. This is how the colors are going to go. From red to dark pink to a little lighter pink to a little lighter pink, and then orange and then yellow. And it's going to be like a rainbow blanket. So I've already got all the yarn for it. And I'm using the same double linked crochet stitch. And I do have a couple of shorts that show how to make this stitch in case you don't know. I do need to do a stitch tutorial on this too. Haven't decided on what kind of border I'm going to do. This is what inspired me. This bag right here, I have this Ross Dress for Less bag. It's like the same color. So this is basically what that blanket's going to look like, except for without the pointy thing in the middle. It's just going to be straight stripes. And I haven't decided on what color of border yet. It's going to be a while before I'm ready to make that border. Okay, next thing. So here's another one of the Loops and Thread Eco yarns that I have. It's this. I used the double linked crochet for it too. This is one of the new yarns that came out this winter. I love how it works up. I do have one more of these yarns. This is the yarn. It's not the same exact color, but it's the Eco Naturals. And I wish I would have gotten more of this because it feels really nice. It's a 5 bulky weight. And it is made from recycled plastic, but it's really soft. And see, they go together. I was thinking about making a little shawl out of this. This would be too small to make like an adult size shawl, but I could make one for little Emmy, or actually not a shawl, a poncho. And the way I would do it is, my friend Deneen told me about this. Okay, so she uses 4 18-inch squares to make the poncho, and it's like square, 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 and then square. So I was thinking about using this, making another one this size, and then attaching it lengthwise right here, and then putting them together and sewing or crocheting the collar and the edging around it. But I would need to find something to use for the edge that matches that. So that's another one I'm working on. Isn't that stitch pretty? See, what happens with me is I get the hook and I get whatever I'm making, and it feels so good to make, and then I start thinking, okay, well, what about that hook and that other yarn? Well, I want to try that too. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, and this, I think I've shown you this This, I don't like the way the wonkiness of the, I didn't color control it or anything, so even though the stitching is even, it looks kind of wonky because, you know, the color ends not perfectly on the round. I know I've shown you this a couple of times before, but I just want to show you I haven't given up on this one. It is still a WIP. What I was going to do is make 4 of these and put them together in my, I'm going to call it the Deneen Poncho. So there's that. And this is one of the, what's it called? I've got one right in here. This is one of the sugar wheel cotton cakes. And I think I need to go get a couple more rolls of that or a couple more balls of that so I can finish this. But I love the light blue glitter in there. Isn't that pretty? This is the hook size I'm using with that. This is one of my Furls. Oh, hold on, I gotta show you something about this. This is one of my Furls Odyssey hooks. It's a G size hook. I don't know if you can see this. Emmy got a hold of it and was chewing on the end. And it's a little rough. And she chewed the G sticker off. I'm also working on fixing my husband's friend's Afghan. And I'll show you a few pictures. I did start this. This is the shawl in a ball. It's another one of the shawls like I made for my grandma. I made my grandma. It's corner to corner, and then it has the double ruffle fringe around it. But I decided that I've decided that I'm gonna make a whole bunch of shawls out of all my shawls in a balls. Just like my grandma's. I just need to crochet faster to get all this stuff done. I need to have more time and I need to crochet faster. Oh, and another WIP I want to start is I want to use this right here. I want to start the shawl for my friend Ursula, you know, OM Granny Square. Her newest shawl pattern, I think it's the Friends pattern. I'm super excited to start that. And so I'm going to be using that. I'll probably, well, it's either that or that. I'm going to use one of these. I haven't decided yet. So there's another WIP I'm starting. This is the new Big Twist Vista yarn. It has 705 yards. It is a 1 weight. And of course, I will put the link for Ursula's pattern here in the description. So that's it. Maybe I can get them all done this weekend. Maybe not, but I'm going to try. I do want to let everybody know I have a bunch of new members to my channel. Welcome, welcome, all my new channel members. Well, that's it for tonight. I just wanted to show you guys all the stuff I'm working on because I'm always working on something. If you either A, think that I am going to get all of these WIPs done this weekend, or B, that I might never get some of these WIPs done, click that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell so you never miss a minute of yarny fun. I will see you later. Love you guys. Bye.